Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Spider, and welcome back to another review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars Revenge of the Sith General Grievous Wheel-Bike. Now, I usually start off my reviews by taking a look at the packaging, but I don't have it, so use a trash can instead. Alright, now that, onto the set. And this originally released back in 2005, and it's based on its appearance from the General Grievous Obi-Wan chase sequence from Star Wars Episode 3. And unlike the other Episode 3 sets we've reviewed so far, this one actually comes with a figure. So we're going to start things off by taking a look at him. Alrighty, so here we have the little mini Grievous figure. First things first, we're going to take a look at his articulation. So the head is on a ball joint, so he can look a decent amount up. Can't really look down all that much. Can look all the way around. His arms can go all the way around. He does actually have a waist joint. That's nice. And the legs can kick forward that far. And can't really kick backward all that much, because that bit gets in the way of the little butt. And that's pretty much it. No knees, no elbows, or ankles. But that is pretty much it for articulation. Now we'll get into details. So you can see he's got his nice yellow eyes with the red around them. Which is painted pretty nice for how small it is. Yeah, his face, which is molded decently. You got all the mechanical bits. You got his hands. The other side of his hands painted gray. He did a pretty good job molding the hands. I really like him. You got his legs. You got his back. Got some words there. Can you read the words? Can we read the words? A little bit. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the figure. It's a decent little Grievous figure. Its biggest drawback, however, is that it can't stand up. Yeah, the feet are molded at a slant, so the only way he could stand up is if you have him super hunched over. Even then, it's kind of hard to get him to. Yeah, he's not wanting to stand. So that's kind of annoying. Yeah, he also doesn't come with any weapons either. Yeah, he really is just kind of a glorified accessory to the vehicle. Really, he's just kind of meant to just get him into position, sit him there, and that's it. So yeah, if you wanted an actual Grievous figure, you'd have to get an actual Grievous figure. But for what he's meant to be, he gets the job done. Anyways, enough with that. Let's get back into this, shall we? Okay, so here we have the Wheel-Bike, also known as the TSMEU-6 Wheel-Bike. But I don't feel like saying it every time, so we're just going to call it the Grievous Wheel-Bike. That good with you? Cool. Alright, so here we have the thing. We got a nice little seating area over here. Focus in a bit better. That's the focus. There you go. You got a little seat there. You got some controls and some foot pads, or foot rests. And you can, in fact, put the figure in there. So we'll just get him into position. You just kind of sit him in the seat and put him there. And this control bit here can actually scoot forward. So yeah, it's adjustable if you want it more back or more forward. So you can just get him in there. And his hands they are molded so they can kind of hook around on the controls. They don't always work the greatest, but you can get them. Hold on to it. It's pretty cool. And there is a little handle here in the back, which something I really like is that this piece is actually part of the vehicle. They just made it a little longer so that you can hold on to it. So I like that. I like they're able to integrate a piece of the vehicle to be the handle. So it's not just a ugly piece of plastic sticking out of the vehicle. It's not supposed to be there. And you can hold on to it and actually push it around. And the little, well, not little, but the wheels actually move. And it works so-so on a flat surface. It works very well on carpet. Because you get more friction. Yeah, you got all the little spikes in there. And if you're worried about poking yourself with them, the spikes are all made out of a unfocused, soft plastic. So you ain't got to really worry about hurting yourself. Also, even these little spikes here are also made out of a soft plastic. So, yeah. As is the control panel and the footrest. That's all soft plastic. I think, no, even the chair is soft plastic. So, yeah, lots of soft plastic on this thing. But what I really like is that it's not like a super weak soft plastic. What I mean by that is, like, you don't have to worry about the spikes, like, bending and being unable to get them back into position. Like, they're sturdy enough to hold their position, but not hard enough to cause any damage. Really appreciate that. Yeah. You got the other side of the wheel bike with a big old cannon. And this cannon did come with a gray missile, which you would pull back this bit to fire. But unfortunately, I lost that missile many, many years ago. So, yeah, can't show that off today. Also, be careful. These two bits here will bend. You can see mine are kind of bent out of place. You got the stress marks on them. So, yeah, be careful about that. So yeah, there's not much more we can talk about that. So let's get into the legs, which are in fact movable. And, I think I'm going to move them out of the way because I got a feeling it's going to fall off when I'm trying to do this. It's actually, hang on, let's raise up the camera a little bit as well while we're at it. And we got these legs, which are on a ratchet, which is very nice. And you can extend them. You fold out the foot. And basically just do that. Just extend all the legs. Get them all into position. And you can get it to stand. Can't really sing. Hang on. I made just the camera here for a second. Right, okay, so I got it standing up, and you will have to make some adjustments with the legs to get it standing properly, but here we go. You got it all standing up, and it does support its weight, and it supports it pretty decently. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that the legs actually move. I also appreciate that they are ratchet joints, because otherwise I do not think it'd be able to support the weight of the vehicle. So yeah, my only real complaint is that I don't like how the back legs are designed. For some reason, you can't fold out the feet any further than that. Like, you got the front legs, and the feet can fold out pretty flat, but here they're at an angle, and so it makes it more difficult to stand up. And it makes it easier for, like, the back legs to kind of collapse on themselves. So I really wish that they could fold out further so I could get it standing more straight up and down like the front legs are, because it makes it way easier. I mean, I guess you could just do that if you so chose, but that looks kind of weird. Like, why isn't it fully on the ground? So yeah, I don't like how that is designed. It makes it a little more difficult to stand than it should be, but it's not terrible. As you can see, it's still relatively easy to get it standing. So it's not the biggest problem in the world. It's just a minor inconvenience that I had. A little gripe that I've got with the set. But overall, it is pretty dang fun. Especially, like, pushing it around and everything. That's really cool. So yeah, I do quite like it. And, you got some nice color here on the legs. You got some... Hang on. Can we focus here? Can we focus? There we go. You got some nice blue bits on the legs and a little bit of gold here. That's the same on all the front legs. But the back legs are a little different. They just got the blue. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. And the colors are not quite accurate to the film. The wheel bike in the film is pretty much all a gunmetal gray color, whereas the figure is more of a lighter gray. And honestly, I kind of like the color of the toy better. Looking at the model in the movie, having it be this one solid dark gray color makes it look kind of bland in comparison. But this one looks, I don't know, something about it. I do like this better. Especially when we got the light gray for the main body and then the darker gray for the spikes. It really makes these stand out more, and I do like that. Also, forgot to mention the spikes can actually roll independently of each other. So yeah, this side rolls independent of that side. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, another inaccuracy I noticed, and this one's kind of funny to me. This toy is not quite accurate to the film. I noticed when rewatching the chase scene from the movie, and that is that the toy is designed backwards. The chair is supposed to be on the left side, and the cannon's supposed to be on the right side. But they got that backwards, or reversed, I guess is more accurate, on the toy. Which, honestly, that doesn't bug me. I just find it funny that they got it, they reversed it somehow. Because I remember I was watching the scene in preparation for this review, and I had it in hand, and I'm looking at the movie, and I'm looking at the toy like, wait a minute, something's not right here. It's reversed. I don't know. That's kind of funny to me. But if you're more of a stickler to details, that might be a bit of a problem for you. I don't know. Doesn't bug me, though, so I don't really care. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. It's a big wheel with legs. That's pretty much it. So yeah, on to the size comparisons. Okay, hang on. Before we move on to the size comparisons, there's one more thing I want to talk about. I almost forgot, and that is the way to fold up the legs. In the film, there were two different ways the legs folded up. The one with them all pointing backwards, and then there was one with the front legs facing forward. But you can't really replicate that on the toy, because if you do, it kind of gets in the way of the chair and control assembly. So, yeah, unfortunately, you can't really replicate this without getting in the way of that. I mean, technically it still works, as long as the figure isn't there, but, yeah. The only one that really works for the toy is just all the legs swooping back. But I think that's how most people remember it, the legs folding up anyway, so, not that big of a deal. Okay, now on to the size comparisons. So, let's start off the size comparisons as always. Here it is with a LEGO minifigure. With the Pack of Destruction minifigure Mothra. The Pack of Destruction minifigure Godzilla. Alright, now into some more relevant size comparisons. Here it is with the Episode 3 Obi-Wan Kenobi. If I can get him to stand up properly. There we go. You see, I don't think the Grievous figure is quite in scale, because Grievous is pretty dang big. I think he's like 7 foot or something like that. So, yeah, the figure's not quite in scale with other figures. We have it with the Revenge of the Sith lightsaber attack Darth Vader. You can see they're kind of around the same height, and Grievous should be a bit bigger than Vader. And we have it with the Star Wars Vintage Collection number 78 Battle Droid. Always doesn't want to stand up. I'll just hold it so you can get a scale for that. And then finally, here we have it with the previous review, the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan Jedi Starfighter. If I can get this on frame. There we go. So you got that comparison. Alright. We're done with that. It's measuring time. So we'll measure the figure first. So he's a little under 4 inches. The wheel bike, as it is, counting the top of the spikes, is almost 7 inches tall. And it is, look at the cannons, almost 9 inches long, maybe? Kinda? I don't know. It's hard to tell. If you want to know how tall it is when standing up, give me a second, I will show that off too. Alrighty, so here we have it standing up, and it is about 8.5 inches tall. Now that height can vary because you can extend the legs to be even further. If you wanted to put at a normal standing position, that's typically the height it will be. Alrighty. Well, didn't make that happen. So that's pretty much it for the green. Actually, you know what? I want to get this into a better looking position. Hang on, give me a second here. Here we go. That looks a bit better. So, that is pretty much it for the review. And overall, it's neat. I like it. Bit inaccurate to its appearance in the film, but not inaccurate enough to bug me all that much. But if it bugs you, now you know. And before that we end the review, there is a bit of trivia I learned about this vehicle that I wanted to share with y'all. And that is, apparently Revenge of the Sith is not the first time this type of vehicle appeared in Star Wars. A wheel-bike-esque vehicle appeared in the Star Wars Droids cartoon from the 1980s. So that's kind of funny. I mean, it didn't have the legs, but it's the same, you know, wheel shape with the chair on it. And I'm like, that's very interesting. Did not know that. So, hey, now you know that. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this review. And if you wanted this for yourself on eBay, it's going for around 25 bucks out of the box. And if you wanted it brand new in the box, it's going for around $40 to $70. So, kind of pricey. But hey, at least it's not as pricey as other things can be. I guess. I don't know. That's pretty much it for this review. I don't think there's much more to say, so hope you enjoyed. See you later. Sayonara. Bye.